Welcome to the Destination Gettysburg podcast. I'm Rick Hennis, and today we're going to talk about the Gettysburg Black History Trail, which has been years in the making, and now we finally have it, that is free for everybody to use. And joining me today, we have Moellen Ramos-Yetzko. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's great to have you here. You have been integral in the making of this trail. You haven't been here that long with Destination Gettysburg, but nonetheless, you've already put your foot forward and helped out in a big way. What are you so excited about for this trail?
I'm excited about the community impact that this trail is going to bring. I really think it's going to encourage more diversity to our visitation. And through recognizing the historical contributions of the Black community, we hope that it really pushes forth admiration and support for our current Black-owned businesses and figures in our town. It's an exciting time.
Excellent. And what's really cool about this trail is it's taken years to get this put together. Many organizations have been trying to find a way to, put this in paper form or online. It hasn't been the easiest road, but we are here today. We are able to offer this digital passport, and it's free for anyone to use. All you do is just go to blackhistorytrail.com, and when you're there, you just sign up. You get the passport on your phone. Don't have to download an app, but it's with you wherever you go through these various locations. Now, these locations tell a lot of stories that have often been overlooked.
Absolutely. So as you said, it's been a project that has been in the works for years, and all of the organizations that have been a part of this are the Adams County Historical Society, Gettysburg Foundation, Gettysburg National Park, the Lincoln Cemetery, Seminary Ridge Museum, and Thaddeus Stevens Society, all with the same mission in preserving the Black history of Gettysburg.
Now, you can do this any way you like. It's not like you have to start at one place or another. It's really simple to see the list of locations. You can sort them by which one you're closest to. So again, you don't have to start at any particular spot. But on this trail, we have 11 spots, if I'm correct. We have 11 spots. They are the Abraham Bryan Farm, the Gettysburg Beyond the Battle Museum, Gettysburg Lincoln Railroad Station, which also offers Ticket to the Past, virtual reality experience, which we'll get into a little bit later. The Gettysburg National Cemetery, Gettysburg National Military Park Museum and Visitor Center, the Jack and Julia Hopkins House, the James Warfield House, Lincoln Cemetery, Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, and the St. Paul AME Zion Church. In addition, there's also Thad's Place, which is home of the Thaddeus Stevens Society Museum. So a lot of great locations on this trail. And if you had to pick, what's your favorite?
I'd have to say the Lincoln Cemetery. It's just, there's so many stories that are connected to the Lincoln Cemetery, and I think Lincoln Cemetery kind of brings all of the stories throughout the trail together. And I've made relationships and connections with people who have family members still buried in the Lincoln Cemetery. So it's one of those places that speaks on history but still brings out the present, and it's just heartwarming.
It is, and it was great to be there not long ago when this trail was launched. It was a very special day you were a part of course, but it was a very special day for everybody who attended, everybody who found out about the trail after the fact. But the event was hosted at Lincoln Cemetery for a lot of big reasons, of course. It's the final resting place of a lot of important people of our history, including Basil Biggs. The stories that he has brought to Gettysburg are nothing short of amazing. Now, as you explore the trail, say you start out at Lincoln Cemetery, when you get there, you can use the Gettysburg Black History Trail passport to check in. And now, as you move on through the trail, you keep checking in at different places, and you can complete the passport that way. It's just this digital passport at blackhistorytrail.com. As you were working with this, what was that experience like, working with them to find the aspects that you wanted to highlight on the trail and so forth?
Well, I first want to start with that this project has been incredibly rewarding. The committee is super driven to making sure to hear everyone's perspective, make sure that they feel heard and valued throughout the entire process. So it has really been a back and forth of what is it that you want to say? How do you want to say it? We've been very keen on making sure to be as inclusive and accurate with the representation of the history being portrayed throughout the application, the platform itself.
And nothing here is set in stone. It will be added on to. But we always welcome your feedback because it's ever evolving. And to be able to completely tell this story, which I don't think we'll ever be able to completely tell, we need your help. So please, by all means, as you explore the trail, if you find something that maybe we overlooked, please let us know. But yeah, these places that we have on it currently are really exciting and really unique to Gettysburg. Like I mentioned a little while ago about the railroad station, Ticket to the Past. That is a virtual reality experience where you can find out, if you don't know who Basil Biggs is, you can actually, by way of virtual reality, see what it was like for him or get an example of what it was like for him.
Actually, I went to Ticket to the Past a couple weeks ago, and I actually experienced their Basil Biggs story through virtual reality. And I took my sister and her boyfriend along with me, and my sister and her boyfriend, they were in tears by the end of the experience just because it was... You're there, you're feeling what's going on, you see what's going on, you are taking the persona of Basil Biggs throughout that experience. They also had some different experiences than me as well, but it was just heartfelt, and it was so nice to see that what's being created at Ticket to the Past is something that can resonate with these visitors as well. I mean, they're coming from Panama and don't have much history on what's happening here in the States and Gettysburg's Black history. So it was just really interesting to see and be able to experience that with them.
Absolutely. And but as you go through this passport, share it with your friends. They can load it onto their phones, and you can do it together. It becomes a whole nother experience that you can enjoy.
Once you reach blackhistorytrail.com, the instructions are right on the landing page. It's a 3 to 4 step process, and then you can start visiting the stops and checking into them to keep track of where you've been. But not only that, it's completely self-guided, meaning that you can do it at your own pace. So if you want to do it all in one day, that's possible. But if you want to do it throughout repeated visits to Gettysburg and give yourself some time to absorb the different experiences that you've been having, then you can do that as well.
You're going to want to check out some of these things, whether it's a Seminary Ridge Museum, an education center, or Thad's Place. There's so many stories and so many places and avenues you can go down. At the end of the day, it really is important that anybody visiting Adams County experiences the Black History Trail here in Gettysburg. And again, just visit blackhistorytrail.com and sign up, and in seconds, you'll have it in your email address. You can pull it up on your phone and explore at your own pace. I know it was a long way you came to get here. I think you walked about 3 desks over. But yeah, Moellen has been with us for a short while here, and she has already made herself well known in the area and community.
Thank you. We're excited about the future of the Black History Trail, and the more that people start using the platform and making stops will give us insight and feedback on how well it's going. So I really just encourage everyone to be a part of this history by experiencing the trail itself.
Thank you for listening to the Destination Gettysburg podcast, produced and hosted by Rick Kennis, with thanks to our special guest. No part of this material may be reproduced without written permission. Get inspired for your visit to Adams County, Pennsylvania at destinationgettysburg.com.